The ability to reliably send and receive messages is a critical component of every military operation. In this episode, we look at some of the early evolutions in battlefield communications. For thousands of years, battlefield commanders had basically two options when it came to transmitting orders over considerable distances. They could either relay messages through human runners or animal couriers, or they could use signals like flags, trumpet blasts, or drum beats. In the American military, the first significant effort to develop standardized, reliable battlefield signals occurred just prior to the Civil War, when in 1860, the U.S. Army became the first army in the world to establish a separate communications branch. Known as the Signal Corps, it was headed by Albert J. Meyer, a former Army surgeon who adapted a sign language he had developed for the hearing impaired into a flag and torch signaling system known as wigwag. Used throughout the war, this communication system made perhaps its most significant impact during the Battle of Antietam, when a signal officer successfully alerted Union General Ambrose Burnside to an approaching division of Confederate soldiers, which in turn helped the Union Army secure a strategic victory.
The transmitting antenna of a radio station sends out radio waves of a fixed frequency.
In the mid-1800s, the invention of the telegraph allowed for electrical messages that could be transmitted faster than ever before. However, the telegraph's dependence upon wires, which could be easily severed and did not allow for much mobility on constantly moving fronts, still made it a less than ideal form of communication. Therefore, the invention of wireless telegraphy, otherwise known as radio, was perhaps the most important evolution in 20th century battlefield communication. Introduced in the early 1900s, just as militaries were becoming increasingly mobile, thanks to the adoption of mechanized vehicles, the radio revolutionized not only ground, but also air-to-ground, ship-to-ship, and ship-to-shore communication. During World War I, for example, radio-equipped ground troops could move anywhere on the battlefield, set up a station within 15 minutes, and transmit messages over 200 miles, something that had never been possible before. Aircraft outfitted with radios could fly reconnaissance missions and send key information about the enemy's position or tactical situation in near real time. Again, a game changer. And ships on the vast expanses of the ocean could not only better communicate with one another, but they could also receive direct orders from faraway land stations for the first time. As technology evolved and radios became capable of transmitting voice, their use in the battlefield continued to expand. By World War II, radios were light and compact enough that they could be carried and operated by a single individual, a mobility that helped bring about the nickname walkie-talkie. Today, of course, radio continues to play a vital role in battlefield communications. In recent decades, the development of technologies like satellite links and mobile networks have once again revolutionized battlefield communications. Our ability to share information more quickly and more accurately continues to increase as we become progressively more integrated. So what do you think have been the most important new advancements in battlefield communications? What do you hope to see in the future? Post your thoughts and opinions below.